Brandon, the third skill in our read react skill set is decision complexity. Explain to us a little bit of the science of human performance underlying decision complexity and how this impacts quarterback play.
I feel like I say this all the time, but this is a critical skill for quarterbacks, especially as we move up the ladder and the complexity of the game increases. So decision complexity really is how well a quarterback can filter through those if-then statements. So I'm going to give you a very elementary example. So if the defensive back covers the flat, I throw to the curl. If he covers the curl, I throw to the flat. That's a very simple if-then statement. As we increase the number of those if-then statements, or let's say we've got another position we've got to worry about, if the safety drops, that adds another element. As the number of if-then statements or complexity increases, our brain speed slows down. Everybody's brain speed slows down. However, we all differ in our ability to filter through those. Some athletes can absolutely execute those reactive rules quickly, no matter how much you overlay, or some athletes just struggle as we increase. Their decision time slows more significantly than others.
Now, what is the difference between knowing the rules and executing the rules?
I think that is the fundamental aspect of what S2 measures in decision complexity. It often gets confused with how well an athlete knows those rules. And what we see oftentimes, because the mental mistakes that occur with decision complexity, typically at the lower levels is hesitation. So they hesitate to where to throw. But as you get up the levels, because speed is such a focus, they just throw to the wrong route or they throw to the wrong location. So what do coaches do? We ask them, what are you supposed to do in that situation? 99% of the time, that athlete can tell you exactly what they're supposed to do. So learning those rules in the classroom, they can write them up, they can tell you, on the field tell you, what happens when you cross the white lines, the ball is snapped, and you have less than half a second to make a decision. That's where the bottleneck occurs, is having to filter through all of those already learned rules to be able to execute a decision.
So quarterbacks who score real high on decision complexity, what are some of the advantages? What are you going to notice?
These are the guys who can really filter through that kind of information and be very quick in their decision making. So you can layer them up with complexity. They've got no difficulty with layering up. If they go from high school to college or college to pro, obviously the complexity of offenses increase. The number of if-then statements increase significantly. Those guys have less difficulty adapting to the complexity and handling that complexity. Guys with lower scores, they just may have difficulty getting up to speed on their decision speeds when things get complex. And we may just need to simplify those decisions, simplify the complexity of that playbook.
So their decisions might slow down in certain cases, or they might make more errors.
Correct. Those are the two likely outcomes. And what I've found with talking through coaches is at the younger ages, it typically manifests in the slow decision making. In the higher levels, I think it's probably just because they've been coached to be fast, the number of errors increase.
Yeah, this read react component of decision complexity is an important one. We're going to talk about some of the strategies and the ways to kind of drill this and build more durable, faster decision skills.
Yeah, this is really a way that we can improve quarterback decision efficiency, and there's a lot of literature that helps us understand how to do that.